I'm Reverend Sheila Ross, and I say Reverend because this has been a long road getting to Reverend Sheila Ross. Right now, I'm Executive Director of Communities and Schools of Orange County, a dropout prevention organization, and also I am co-chair of the Equity for Women in the Church Community with the Alliance of Baptists. I wear many hats, participate in many roles, but that's me. At age 17, I knew I was being called to something. I didn't know what it was. And even when I graduated from high school, in the yearbook where they had, what were you aspiring to be when you go to college and after you graduate, I wanted to put there undecided, but my parents said, oh my goodness, you can't put undecided there. So I put in there I was going to be an administrative secretary. And once I got to college, with my talents, gift of music, I majored in music. But even after that, it didn't feel right to be in music therapy. That wasn't what I was called to do. So in undergraduate school, I was a double major. So by the time I graduated in 1978, I had 2 degrees. Still being called to something. Went and got another degree, Master's in Administration and Supervision. Kept getting degrees, finally got married. And my first year of marriage, I told my husband, I think God is calling you into ministry. You need to tell God that I will not be married to a minister. We were both born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana, so I had never seen a practicing female clergy person. So that went on for years. My husband kept saying, God is not calling me. Well, not seeing a practicing female clergy person, I knew God wasn't calling me. Not until I was recruited by the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill to use one of the degrees I had acquired by that time. I had 3 degrees at that time. My administration and supervision degree. I was hired as director of the Adolescent Health Initiative, implementing school-based and school-linked programs across the state of North Carolina. I still was being pulled into something, but I went back to school to Carolina and got a Master's of Public Health, thinking I could satisfy this tug. And again, telling my husband, you need to tell God that I will not be married to a preacher. I was getting a little more, at first I was saying minister, and then I was making it sound preacher from the depths of my soul. Preacher? Preacher's wife? No. Then finally, I heard, no, you feed my sheep. You feed my sheep. And I went to my husband and I said, God was not calling you. God has been calling me. And he said, thank goodness you have finally listened to God. And then I went back to school, but this time I was sure I was going back to school for something. That was the Master of Divinity degree. And everything was coming together. Hearing God, preparing to do God's work. So here I am, Reverend Sheila Ross, ordained through American Baptist Churches, USA, and that's why I said it was a struggle and quite a journey to get to this place.